Previously on building Realm of Rides. So, well, honestly, if this is going to be the station, then we just kind of need to go all around the park then. And then over here, this is by far the most exciting part of the ride. You go straight through the Nile. Add some walls and then spice it up. So then the idea is this. We can just... wow. I mean, is this not starting to look epic? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Realm of Rides. Today we are going to work on the medieval area once again. I just sneezed, so I look a bit weird, but anyway, today we'll build this castle first of all, and also maybe some other stuff over here. And you can probably tell I did work a little bit on this off screen, but it is mostly just more of the same. As you can tell, there are some ramps, some more stones, some more little details, but still most of it is still the same as it was. So now let's really go and spice this up. The most logical thing is to make some certain elements like windows, doors, and then kind of spread these all over this castle. I'll start with a very simple tiny window, just maybe something like this. And that tiny little thing we can put all over these little towers, even on the sides over here. Then we're also gonna need a bit of a bigger window for these thick towers and an arch. Ladies and gentlemen, what did you expect? And there you go, nice and simple. So then we can just grab that and put it on these towers like so. Dim, 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 dim. And those little ones on the smaller bits. See, that already looks much better. Now, it is time for some rocks, because we are definitely going to need some trees, some vegetation. So let's start over here with very basic, simple rock work like that. So then for trees, let's have a look. All the way back at the beginning of this park, I made some normal trees, which I think will fit this area the best. These guys. So let's go ahead and grab one and see if that's gonna look nice. Here you go. How about that? Let's place it down. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This stuff is about to look... Please, this has to work. This looks too fire. No. Yes! Yes! Oh, that sucks though. Can we get away with this tiny one then? I doubt it. Let's try it out. Yeah, oh, that does. Okay, that's nice. And look, I know I've used this fern very often by now, but let's be real, it fits in basically any sort of landscape. That is so not true. That is so... Never mind. It does fit here, however, so let's go ahead and simply add some. And of course, not to forget the regular bushes to make sure these rocks look a bit mossy. At least kind of give the indication of that. Here you go. That's beautiful. Now look at that and tell me that is not incredible. Oi! And we can even add some of these bad boys. There you go. That is lovely. We do, of course, have to make sure the color matches like that. That's much better. Dude, yes. And then really just a similar thing around these edges of the castle. Not everywhere, but just over here, I'm guessing. Also, I nearly forgot, we need some of these ones with the sand on it, because this is where it hits the water. So, well, it only makes sense. And then using some basic primitives again, we can just add the actual sand. And now that we're busy here anyway, let's also just add a very simple fence, I guess. Just like this. It is kind of crazy how quickly this sort of stuff makes it look nice. Like, I just added a few rocks and some trees. It took like a few minutes, and here you go. So much better. Anyway, let me just finish this up, and then I'll be right back with you. Do you know what we should also do? Make some of these metal bars with the pointy ends. There you go. Yes, that's great. And then over here, I thought it could be cool to also add a tree in like a planter. So we'll basically just make a round circle made of little bricks. Inside, probably some leafy grass. Here you go. And then a tree as well. This one, except a tad bigger, like this. Kind of giving it this courtyard vibe. And some little ferns as well. That is starting to look great. Then over here, we are also going to need a fence. Very satisfying. And now that I'm busy here anyway, I'll also just gonna finish the fence around the staircase. What's happening right now? Just so all of that is nice and finished. Gonna add some very simple supports as well. Some barrels to kind of spice that up. And then that looks decent. Basically just added some wall over here and then a whole bunch of wooden supports underneath the staircase. And well, altogether that looks quite fine actually. What I also did just now is add that same entrance to this side. So the swans go in here and then arrive back at the station. So now it looks like this, which I think is pretty great. Then a final touch could be these doors, which is basically this window except now with wood inside, which we can just kind of spread around to make it look as if you could technically go inside. Also very quickly guys, to just wrap this castle up, these little kettle pen kind of thingies for the entrance, so that you kind of arrive here and then you choose one and you get on and you go. So well, then I think finally it is finished, sort of. We still need an operator stall and some other tiny details, but I'll do that off screen because I really want to get to work on the rest of this area right now. Starting with this bridge over here, some walls around this strange looking lake, and of course whatever this is going to be. So let's get straight into that. Allow me to begin with the bridge over here. First, I'll do a little something like this, and then it kind of bends back down to ground level, like that. And that entire thing will copy over like this to make a very smooth little shape. Probably keep this cobblestone though. Then we need the walls around that bridge. Really simple, basic stuff. The necessary detail, of course. And just like that, it is actually quite a nice looking bridge. For a final touch, maybe some of these pole looking elements to really support that nicely. There you go. Wait, and on those we can put some lanterns. To be exact, these bad boys. I do have to make those slightly more detailed maybe. Just like that. Possibly even with a little hat on it. And then that we're gonna put on every single pole. See, that really looks quite nice. Then something I do think we also need are some of these walls around this water. So let's go ahead and make one single section again. Once again with the bricks idea. Here, something like this, and then we can simply copy this over like so. Very similar to the walls we made at the Egyptian area. The only question is, does it still look good if there's a lot of them? Yeah, I guess it does. And as always, that somehow beautifully connects to that, which is just wondrous. With all of that in place, let's move on to the next step. That is this little area right here, which needs a queue for the top spin. And I thought it'd be nice to add a kind of village type area here. First of all, let's begin with a tower element over here. Then a second one like, I don't know, about that. Then we need to copy all of these stones, of course. There you go. And these are actually gonna need interior, so let's do something like this. Then in between we'll have a bridge element. And this whole thing, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the queue. Essentially, you'll get in somewhere here, then go up this tower, over the bridge, in this tower, then maybe another bridge element that goes around it and then into it. I don't know, but something like that. Do you know what time it is though? Pomegranate! For these buildings, I want to go the more wooden route, if you will. There's going to be some stone areas, but a lot of wood too. Here, just going to stuff like this with lots of wooden planks. All very crooked, of course, and even some little windows in there. Here you go. Praise the Lord, we can just copy all of that. You already know this is about to be crazy repetitive, so I'll save you that trouble. I'm just gonna narrow it down to just the important bits, such as these beautiful roof tiles, which we can make look really nice and random by adding some variety in length, along with variety in color, of course. Some wooden supports on that thing. Well, that is definitely starting to look like something. And then essentially, we want to have the exact same thing on here as well. And of course, guys, that is exactly the same width. That's crazy! How does this keep happening? Incredible. Same goes for all of this stuff. Incredible. And all that needs are some supports, some poles, supports that have nice stone bases that actually already look so good. What the hell? But then, well, since most of these towers are gonna look very similar as well, let me just skip over that. I'll be right back with you.
One eternity later.
Unfortunately, this stuff really does take forever. Like, it looks really nice. It came out pretty decent, but it is so time consuming that unfortunately in these videos I won't be doing a lot. Anyway, over here I do want to add some more rocks and trees because I feel like that could really spice this area up. All the way behind this tower. And then on there we'll put some more trees. There you go. That is absolutely lovely. And of course, the bushes, can't forget about those. There you go. It's very subtle, but I do like it. I also decided this is probably not gonna be the queue for the top spin, because how the hell? It's not even gonna work. So instead, I'll put some buildings over here, and similar to that ride, I'll just make a few buildings that together create the queue. You basically get in somewhere here, then walk across this, and then enter the ride. Because this, of course, needs to stay open for the way to this other island, where the last medieval ride takes place. So, that is quite lovely. Kind of sad that I didn't get to do more this episode, but it's just very time consuming. It does look nice though. It does look really nice. Same can be said for this castle. So, we did make some progress, I guess. For now, then I guess if you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Realm of Rides.